rained out the other day, didn't get back to work, but the ducks did. The ducks kept on working in the rain. When there's a mud puddle, the ducks just love playing in the mud, and look what they did to my trim. Now that still has plastic on it. It's not really the worst thing. This one was finished product. This is a finished piece of trim. I just came here to go put it on, and that is just disgusting. Bad ducks, right? Was it you? No, bad ducks. Oh, the duckies are living the dream. As punishment for making my trim dirty, I filled up a hole with some water. Most of the water's gone, but they're still having fun. And these chickens just keep coming back to their old place. This is where their chicken house used to be, and they keep coming back for more bugs. As the straw decomposes, there's eggs and larvae, and I don't know what else in there, and the chickens just keep coming back, keep coming back, keep coming back. Rough life these geese have. Happy birds. All right, we've got the trim on the bottom, the skirting for now. We got to do a little bit more work to make sure it doesn't come off, and then we're gonna re-landscape around the house. Whoa, that's zoomed in. Anyway, we got this on now. I got to finish the windows yet, trim those, but at least the bottom is done. We can get started on siding. And we just finished around this side today as well. So now we will finish the soffit and fascia. Up underneath here needs to get done yet. We'll get all that finished up, and then we will start on siding on this side. If you can see if I can point, right here and right here, I still need to make attic accesses. There's no way to get there from inside, and I need to be able to get in there. So I'll have to make some kind of an access for that. But we can bring the siding up at least to that point, and then I'll figure out what I want to do. And here, same thing, we can start once we get the corners on. I got to finish the soffit and fascia, then I'll get the corners on, and then we'll try to get it done. So the first parts I'll do is this wall and this wall. We'll try to get them all the way done. And of course that'll lead us into getting this one done. And around the corner, we have to get it built up before we can finish that as well, because they connect up over the roof. If you can see up there, they're connected up there. So before we can finish it, the other side I have to get done. So it all kind of ties together. It does. Looking forward to getting it on. I still have a deadline of June 18th, I believe it is. And so I'm trying to get everything done before that. Of course, not everything will be done, but you know, more or less. You gotta set a deadline. Whether you hit it or not doesn't always matter. This gable end here too, I want to get done. This is called a gable. And on the other side, same thing. Needs to get done yet as well. And then of course we've got windows to put in. We're not going to do the doors right now. We can't afford them right now. Hopefully before winter we'll have made some money and we can put doors in. Otherwise it'll just stay open. For now, at least there's a roof. Yeah, not sure what else to tell you. Gotta bend some more trim, and we're getting the tractor ready to work out of the bucket.
You visiting?
This thing is not ours.
Where'd you come from? Where'd you go? What are you looking for?
Cat food.
I don't think there's any cat food on the deck.
Hello?
There's gotta be something to eat around here somewhere. What'd you hear? Sneak over there.
I'm gonna peek in the door. It's like he owns the place.
I think so.
Like,
hey, you guys. Hey, you forgot to leave some food out on the deck. Hello?
We've never seen this cat before, have we?
Yeah, from a distance, I've never seen him this close. So yeah.
That's funny.
He was running into the barn the other night.
He's making himself at home. I think he'll be a barn cat eventually.
Yeah, we need a few.
Good morning, everybody. It is another lovely day. Seems like a very unproductive week so far. Duckies are out here enjoying life. A couple of chickies out. Waylon's doing some chores. Looks like a few escaped. Finn's playing in the sand. The geese, I believe, snuck into the chicken pen this morning when they let the chickens out, so they're probably eating something in there. And life is generally good. So the other day we started on the house. I was hoping to get some siding on this week, and I probably still will. I think today's Thursday, so we should be okay to get some on, but not getting as far as quickly as we hoped. And just because there's different distractions, this needs done, that needs done, and then you get to one. I'm sure you guys all have this in your life, but you're planning on doing one thing, and then you find this other thing, and then one thing leads to the next thing, and then it's nighttime and you didn't get done what you wanted to get done. So I got the soffits up on this side here yesterday. Now I got to finish that far corner box, just like this one, and we're going to finish this fascia, and then we'll put the corner bead on and we'll start siding here. That is the plan for today. You should probably get your overalls on. Yeah, it's still a little bit cold out. Not too bad. I got shorts on today too, but it is still a little bit chilly on this side because we're in the shade here. One of the neighbors gave us this lovely bush. Now off the top of my head, I can't remember. I think it's a currant bush. So I planted it here yesterday. And this dirt grade, once we're done with the siding, we're going to be pushing this topsoil out. And this will all be lifted. And some of that topsoil is going to get flattened around here. We've got lots of landscaping to do yet. This is the siding that we bought quite a while ago. I hope we like the color, because it's way too late to return it now. Well, anyway, it's in there. It's kind of a greeny color, similar to what we had. Unfortunately, the color choices here are limited. Now, there's a lot of color choices, but limited, in our opinion, to niceness. I mean, there's some really nasty colors like pink. I don't know who would want to put pink siding on their house. If that's you and you did that, my apologies. I don't mean to offend you, but I definitely don't want pink on my house. It's very ugly. When I started in construction, we had a lot less nice colors to choose from. The last few years has been great. There's some really nice, rich looking siding colors available now, and that's nice. Everybody, that nice big one, eh? That's huge. So anyway, this is the nicest one we could find. Hopefully it looks good when we get it on. If not, we'll have an ugly house. It is what it is. I got to get this on here yet as well. Still haven't got to that, but right now we're going to try to focus on the house, and we'll try to get all this trim work done and get siding on this side, and then start on that side of the house and work our way up as well. As I mentioned before, I still can't do this and this because I got to buy 2 vents for that, or accesses. I got to be able to get in there somehow. So I'll think about how to do that while we do the siding. We also have window trim specifically to go around these, and we got to figure out how we're going to get that on yet as well. This is also different for us in Canada. When we buy a window, we can buy them either with a brick mold, if you want to put brick in your house, or with a J mold, and basically it's an opening where the siding can go into, and it's already prefabricated on the window, so it has, you know, has stuff that comes out where your siding can tuck in all the way around. These don't have that option. I asked around quite a bit. Nobody seemed to know what I was talking about, and they don't do that, I guess. So this is what we have, and we're going to try to make it work, and it will work. It won't be a problem. It's just not as nice. When it's one piece with the window, it's a lot nicer. There's nowhere for water to get in because it's literally a sealed unit, versus now we're going to take another piece and try to attach it to this, and then the siding will tuck into that. There's more likelihood of potential leaks, so we have to be careful to do a really nice job on all of that. The upstairs windows, I had them put it flush with this, so it'll be easier to work with. This one's set in, and I wish we hadn't done that, but it's too late now. Just because it's going to be more work because I got to get in here now somehow. But we'll figure it out. That's part of custom home building, is that you kind of make it go as you go, and it all works out in the end. You found another cool thing. I think these ducks are so social, eh? They're coming to say hello. They made it all the way around the house, and now they're over here. Isn't that neat?
They're different.
Well, this is the same plant. Did you know that? This turns into this. And then these are all seeds, and they'll go blowing. If you blow that, the seeds will go away. You blow really hard at this. Well, only one blew off, but anyway, eventually they all come off, and they plant all new dandelions. There you go. See some blowing off? Neat, eh? They'll be all over the yard, and then you'll have more and more and more and more flowers.
Yeah.
Pretty neat.
The difference.
They look different right now, yep. And they're even up on the hill. We joke the ducks are always telling jokes to each other. That's why they're laughing. Hey, careful, Finn. Careful. Don't scare them all. Wonderful. All right, back to work. So building trim can be a little bit complicated. You just got to wrap your head around it. This drawing makes probably very little sense to anybody right now, but these are all the different measurements I'm going to need in order to make a corner box. So now I need to basically figure out my length overall and my overall height, and then we will cut it, shape it, bend it, and it'll eventually look like a lovely corner box. All right, so in the end, that turns into this piece of corner box, which I will now attach to the house. All right, so that will go in here. I'm not going to put it on at the moment yet because I still got to mount the cameras, but that's where that's going to sit to cover up this end, and that goes underneath there. It's not super complicated. The main thing is just to pay attention and think it all through. Be a couple steps ahead in your brain. And always the old rule, measure twice, cut once. Wes is busy putting corner on right now, or attempting to. Is it working?
It worked better if it wasn't so windy.
If it wasn't so windy, yeah. Having somebody hold the bottom might help too. Pardon? Oh. Did you unplug it? Oh yeah. Now you're gonna put it back together? That's probably more water than you could carry, buddy. What do you think? That thing's right full. There's a solution. Instead of moving the heavy pail, leave it there. Ducks will find it. Here they come. Such social creatures. All right, what did you want to show everybody? You showed them your baby? Yeah. Nice. What's your baby's name? Does it have a name? What's the name? Ainsley? Yeah. That's a nice name.
Her name is Ainsley.
The baby's name is Ainsley? I think that's what she said anyway. Named it after you, eh? Lovely.
Two Ainsleys.
The baby's still crying?
Ainsley.
Is the baby still crying or not? It's all better? All better. Yeah, you're rocking the baby, eh? That's nice.
And look it.
What's up? Oh, careful. You hurt your knees.
No.
No? Alright, finished and moved. So now we're ready to go and put this fascia on. Wes has only got one piece on that side, but that was enough to get the corner trim on. So we're going to do the same thing here. And then we can get started on the siding and we'll finish up this later on. Maybe even after we move the dirt. Not sure yet. We'll see. But anyway, that's how a drawing goes to a box. Alright, Waylon showing Finley how to ride a bike without training wheels.
Yeah, go forward. Forward. Okay, we put you backwards and it's breeze. Go. Backwards.
They all start somewhere. So there's first piece of siding on the house Wes is working on. But Wes already made a mistake and he doesn't know it yet. I will inform him of it shortly unless he figures it out real quick. He's thinking now. But that will be the color of the siding. I'm not sure I'm real keen on that because that's not what I was looking for. We were hoping a little darker color and this is a little bit lighter than I like. But I'm sure it'll be alright. Did you figure it out? You start from that side so you don't see your joints.
Yeah, I already figured that out earlier.
But you still started on this side?
Yeah.
Now, the reason for doing that, folks, is because your main point of entry, which is our laneway here coming in, when you're coming in, you don't want to look into the joints. So just like here, there's an actual overlap between two sheets here, and you can't look into it. If it was the other way, you would be able to see into it, and that would look ugly. And so when they put the next piece of siding on here, it would go over top of this one. You would be looking into the joint. You don't want to do that. So we have to start on that side and finish on this side. And always do that from the main point of entry. And so here as well, we will be starting on that corner and then overlapping and working our way this way. And then on the front of the house, same thing. So just a little thing to remember so that you don't look into your joints.
Gonna look nice.
One thing to always keep in mind with plastic siding is that in the sun, in the heat, it will expand and stretch. I'm telling you, I could make my own dictionary. I really could. It could expand or stretch, however you want to word it, and you need to account for that. But in the winter, when it gets cold, it will shrink. So if you're putting it on a really warm day, I've seen a guy one time put it on and he didn't have it overlapped very much. Okay, he thought that this, it comes naturally with these notches in it, and he thought that this would be enough. And he put it on a hot day. Well, in the winter time, when it shrunk, all of a sudden it moved enough. This sheet moved that way, that sheet moved that way, and several of the gaps were loose. And so that's not good. You need to make sure you have lots of overlap. He's a good friend of mine. He might be watching this and probably remembers the job. But very important to remember that. The other thing is important to remember is you have slots, never to put your screws tight. So Wes has got this one way too tight. He's going to loosen that up. This one's okay. It needs to be able to move, but not completely loose. This one's too tight. You fix, yeah? The center one, what I like to do is put it in here where it's not in the notch, so that your sheet can move from here to there. It can expand and contract, and same on the other side, but it can't move completely over. Because what could happen is that it shrinks, and then when it stretches that way and not back this way. And so eventually your sheet basically walks away if you have them all in the middle. Now it can only go 3/4 of an inch, I understand that, but still, you want to make sure you have, just do it this way. So solid in the middle, and the rest of them all need to float. All right, and they're all loose. So this sheet is able to move back and forth and not kink. If you have them too tight, you may end up stretching between this screw, and you'll end up with bubbles in the wall. So if you're ever driving through a subdivision, you see somebody's house and they got a bunch of bubbles in it, not by the barbecue, because barbecues will also make it bubble. But that could be why. They may have these too tight. Now, typically, we always nailed them on in the past. Screwing is much faster, and I also find it holds better. You have wind repeatedly doing this on a house, okay? Over time, it can wiggle the nail out, and it won't do that with a screw. So much faster, but make sure you find screws with a big fat pan head on them. If you just have a small screw, they'll just slip right through the hole. So this has got lots of holding power on it. It can't go anywhere. Now, the next thing, especially on a long wall, tall wall, is to make sure you stay straight. Right, because if you're working with two guys, one guy may end up lifting his a little bit higher than the other guy, and by the time you get to the top, you're out a 1/2 inch or 3/4 of an inch, and it looks silly. So that's also very important. And now you can see this joint, right? If it was the other way, you'd be able to see them all from the road, and this way, you basically can't see them at all. And that's the first row on. Now, the cutoff that you cut off on one side. Oh, by the way, I just cut these with tin snips. I'll show you those in a minute. Not super complicated. I fully understand some of you know exactly how to put this on, but not everybody does, so that's why I try to explain. Okay, the cutoff you start with on this side again. Now normally here too I would run my corner bead path, but you can see where it ends up. We're going to have another full board on here, and then we're going to be building stairs down here, so in this case it doesn't matter, but we're going to make this work around. So the cutoff from that side is now going to go over here. I'll trim that to fit around this, and then we start over there again. Now, for some reason, these didn't get cut off, so I don't know. Normally these are not on. These are little tabs, so I have to cut them all off now. I don't know if all the packages will be like that or not. Yeah, this one's got it here too. So it could be just a manufacturer defect, and I don't know. We'll see if the next package is going to be like that as well. But typically that's not on, and you don't need that for anything. Take it off would be your best. So I'll cut this to fit around here now, and then we'll start on the next layer. And that gives us spacing now, right? Because the other one started with a full sheet, so now it's going to be over here, and our joints will continue to stagger all the way across. Never want the joints in the same spot because it just makes a weakness, like same as a brick house. If you think about it, if all your joints are straight in a wall, it you can just fall over. So you want to stagger things always. See the second one going on, you can see how the joints here and this is overlap. Now these can be a bit of a pain to pop in sometimes, and basically well, you can't see that one very well, but pop it back down for you a minute if I can. So this is actually a really good hold on this one, but I'm trying to show you that. I'll show you on the next one, I guess, but they pop in underneath this lip. Okay, I'll try to find another piece for you. All right, like this. So this is what goes down. It goes up inside of that groove there on the last one, and it creates a really good hold. Also, no water's getting in. Water hitting here will have to run down, right? And it's not going to climb back up inside because it can't. And at the very bottom they have a starter strip, which you don't necessarily have to buy because you can just cut the top off a piece of siding. It's the same thing. You're basically using this top chunk, and that's what you start with. We ran that along first. We bought starter, but quite often, especially on a wall like this, when you get to the top, you have to cut off anyway. Okay, it never ends up in a full piece, and so that chunk you can then use to start with. So if you do a lot of siding, you're going to do multiple houses, all those cutoffs you could keep, in the next project you can start them again. But I mean, they're not huge money. So. Am I in your way, Ma? Mm-hmm. This was a currant bush, right? Yeah. Yes. I couldn't remember this morning. I wasn't 100% sure. Now the inspectors are coming. These are all the white hats, supervisors. So far they're not paying much attention, but very soon they will see. And these are just extras. I don't know what their role exactly is. And the geese are new supervisors in training. I think there's one coming to look there right now. You like them?
Yeah.
They're funny, eh? Eating grass.
No, I don't bend.
Hey?
No, I don't bend.
You want to go tell Ben? Yeah, maybe we have to call him and you can tell him that we have some ducks. Duckies on the farm. Good lawnmowers. Eating some grass? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, first 4 layers done. Definitely a lot paler than we're used to. We're limited to color choices, so I'm still not real keen on it. Anneesa's thinking it looks pretty good. It'll grow on us. I mean, there was nothing else, so it is what it is. We just have to do it. I can't afford to go buy another siding. I already have this one. But definitely, I like darker, richer colors. So once it's all done and we get landscaping and flowers, I think it'll be all right. So next thing here, we got to now figure out the window trim. It's pretty windy. Hey you, what you got?
Honey.
Is honey water in here? Oh, is that yummy? Your crazy hair and your dirty face, eh? That's awesome. Anyway, we're gonna have a cup of coffee now, and then we're gonna figure out this window trim. I've never worked with this particular stuff. It's a vinyl window trim. I'll show that to you in a minute, see how well that looks and how well it works. Every week we give you another example of why you should let your kids just do what they do. So yes, you can buy training wheels. We don't have any at the moment. Well, we might, I don't know. These boys built training wheels for this bike. Waylon used generator wheels and built this contraption, and now Finley can go biking. Looks like it's just a hair high, eh, or what?
No, he's not used to that.
There it goes.
Nice.
Oh, homemade training wheels. That's pretty ingenuitive. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
That's all.
In a loving family, though. Everybody gathers around because they heard Maddie crying. That's nice. What happened? What happened? What happened? You bunked? Yeah. Okay. So that's very cool.
I'd say.
Home-built training wheels. Good job.
Some are from the generator.
Mm-hmm. Now you're going to have to generate electricity. You have to bike really fast. Hey? This is the window trim. This gives us a J trim on this side, and then we have to cut this. You got to hold that up for a minute. We got to cut this to fit into the window. It's going to be a bit of a pain. We're going to try to put it in the brake right now and bend this around to give it some more structure, and then hope that it works. And like I said earlier, when we buy a window, I hope you can hear me with all this wind, but when we buy a window, it comes in there. It already has a trim, just like this slot here. It already has it built into the window. These don't have that. So that piece is going to come like this here, be nailed on. Oh, pointing the wrong way. Be like this. Well, here it'll be nailed on, and it'll come across and then into the window. And then we'll have to take some caulking along here to seal it up so we don't end up with water down in there. And that'll be the best that we can do right now. I would make that out of metal. That's a lot more work. They had this available, so we're gonna use it. What's up, buddy?
Green bug.
You found a green bug?
Yeah.
Let's show everybody your green bug. Where is it?
Right there.
Oh yeah, little guy walking there, eh? Do you like bugs?
Yeah.
They're kind of neat, eh? You know God made all those little guys too?
Yeah.
They all do something. They all have a little purpose. Got one built here now. What a pain. It's doable for sure, but it's extremely time consuming. So I'm trying to think of a better way of doing this. I could maybe measure them, build them on the ground to give them some wood structure behind, because I mean this is all just, right? So there's no structure to this. Right, you can see up here, it's just, I'm not really happy with it at all. If I could build it on the ground and get some wood in behind this first, and then put it up as a one-piece trim, that might be better. I mean, long term we will be caulking inside of here to get the water, or keep it watertight. But to think of a way of doing this fast. Now again, when we order windows, any house that we've ever done in Canada, they come with a trim. So this, we don't have to do that. You just start siding and you just keep on going. They already all have this on it. And I tried to explain this to the window manufacturers that, you know, we don't have to add a trim. It's built into the window. It's right there. All the windows, all the doors, everything comes either with a mold for brick or a mold for siding already on the window. And most times the one for brick can simply be cut open for the siding. It's meant to do that. And that saves an enormous amount of time. So if you're a window manufacturer, might be something to look into, to have brick molds ready to go. I do realize most houses are built differently here, but there is more and more companies selling siding. Hopefully somebody will also make windows that will, you know, work better for this, doors as well, because it's just a lot of extra trimming. You know, I got to get to these doors here at some point, and it's just it's a lot of work. And no, I'm not afraid of work. I actually love work. I just don't like doing senseless work. I got a lot of windows in this house, and I got to do this, and this took me, I don't know, probably half an hour. Now the next one won't be as long, because, hey?
About an hour, because it was 11:30 when we were starting to work on it.
You think it was an hour for this one window? That include bending it on the brake?
No.
Okay, well, anyway, even if it was a half an hour, the next one will be faster, but still, you add that up. That's a lot of wasted time. That's, yeah, definitely be nice if there was some simpler system. It's not all about work, and it's not all about farming. Sometimes we have to go to an air show and we watch the races. So we've got two planes here racing. You can clearly see this guy's way in the lead. I don't know if this guy's going to be able to catch him. He's going fast. He's trying his best. But I don't know. I think we're going to have to declare this guy to be the winner. Congratulations. I feel like I'm being stared at. Hello. Are you spying on me? You got yucky hands?
Yeah.
Ew, what'd you do?
I did like that.
Oh, I got from the dirt. You got some dirt under your face, or on your face too, under your nose. Hey? Okay, we've got these guys on. It is a lot of work. We're getting a little bit better, just getting used to the idea. I've stuck a chunk of wood in here to give it some backing, which is part of the problem. You can see a little piece of wood sticking out here. Still very, very time consuming to make it look nice and fit good, but you know, it's coming. So once I get these ones done, then we can get this wall done. The siding itself is a very fast job, so it's unfortunate that this trim is so time consuming. If I do another house, I'm definitely going to be looking for something else, or trying to convince someone to build windows with some proper jambs on them. I have since heard that there is windows like that we're used to available in Moscow. Now they're a lot more money, but since we actually aren't a huge fan of the windows opening inside, we really would prefer to have our up and down windows like we used to have. And windows is kind of a long-term purchase. If you spread it out over all the years that you're going to enjoy the windows, then it's not that much more. And so we kind of regret not doing that, but we didn't know at the time, of course. So yeah, anyway, if we end up building another house, we probably would do that. And then hopefully, I don't know for sure, but maybe those windows would have the proper J-trims built into them already. And then you don't have to do this. But it's coming. It's going to look good. It's going to look good when we're done. All right, so the more you get on, the better it looks, I think. And Anneesa's right. I'm looking at it for the first time from the distance, but now that the window trim's on, it's pretty good. So it's coming along pretty nicely. Siding itself, like I said earlier, it goes up fast. It's very easy to put on once you know how to do it and how to do it properly. And normally speaking, I don't have to do trim work. I think I've said that 3 times in this video. Normally the windows come that way, right? So this is an excessive amount of work having to do the trim. But otherwise, I mean, it is manageable. Like anything else, you just need to, find your way. Don't stress about the big picture and just do one piece at a time. So we will, it's gonna have supper now. We'll try to get up to here yet tonight, and then we're gonna start on this side because I still need to figure out what I'm doing with those access holes. But all in all, it's gonna look pretty nice. The main thing is Mama's happy. Are you happy?
I am.
You happy?
Great.
Yeah, that's good. Cora, you like it too? That's good. Oh, what about you, Ariane? Do you like it?
Like what?
The wall.
Yeah.
Looks good?
Yeah.
Awesome. Wes?
Up close.
Up close?
Yeah.
Up close it looks good with your eyes closed?
Yeah.
There you go. The one expression is, it looks so good, a blind man be glad to see it. Back at the wall after supper and a long Bible study. We do that with our meals. We read the Bible after every meal. Every meal that we're together, basically, unless we're in like an extreme hurry or something, or company shows up or whatever. But otherwise, normally speaking. But some of them take really long, sometimes not so long. Depends on what we're reading about. Today was particularly long. Must have been at least an hour, hour and a half. Before supper, we did get up to the top of the windows, which is good. Now, I was going to show you this. Now, on a long piece, it's flexible enough, it doesn't matter. Okay, like over there, it's you can get a piece in to both sides. But here, you're in one side here now, you can't get in the other side. And you can't bend this enough to get it in. So these can be challenging to do. One thing that I like to do is try to run them in from the top if possible. Now this can still be a challenge because there's not enough room here for it to pass by. Or there is enough room, but it's barely enough room. So you have to really try to push down to get it to pass this spot. Okay, because this is the hump from the one and the hump from the other. And there's hardly enough room. But if you bang on it hard enough, it'll usually pass by. You can try to squish this by, pull this out a little bit. There's ways of doing it. There is really no other way of doing it because it's not long enough. Over there, they're long enough that the sheet can kind of flex in the middle. You can kind of make it do this, which then pops it into the two sides, and then it's okay. But you'll always end up with something like this somewhere. Here, it'll probably be okay because it's far enough. But it'll happen somewhere on the job. And yeah, just exercise patience. And in the wintertime, if you smack these, you can actually split them. This time of year, it's flexible enough because it's warmer out that shouldn't be a problem. Absolutely just love it. We have so many gorgeous sunsets here. We still got a little ways before it's black. It's I think 6:30, 7 o'clock right now or something. Just gorgeous. And the ducks are still happy. Quack, 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 quack. All right, that's as far as we can go for the night. Like I said, I gotta get these two vents figured out, and then we'll go from there. So we will see about getting some corner trim on that other corner there and see if we can get some started there yet tonight and carry on tomorrow. So hopefully tomorrow we can make it up, depending on how long it takes us to get around these windows. But we will try to get that side done tomorrow, and then we can get up here done, slowly but surely get this project done. Now that the whole wall's done here, I actually don't mind it as much. I still prefer a darker color, but yeah, it looks better now than when we first started. I was pretty worried about it when we first started. I think it looked good. Very good. All right, hope you guys enjoyed it today. Something different, lots of stuff going on. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. That really helps us. Our channel is not moving. Lots of people have said they've subscribed, but it's not moving. I don't know what's going on. Well, I think I know what's going on. I think YouTube itself is suppressing the channel because of where we live and the positive content that we have, I guess. So let me put it that way without getting more trouble from YouTube. So please share. Please consider subscribing if you're not subscribed. Help us to grow this channel. And yeah, that would be great. If you could support us in that way, would be awesome. We also got links down below for other channels of ours, other places where you can find us, including our Telegram channel. If you're not there yet, check it out. I'd love to have you there. And we try to put a new photo basically on every single day, something new every day on our Telegram page. You won't find anywhere else necessarily, and just kind of another place where we can meet and greet. Costs you nothing. You can just come there and subscribe and become a member on that page. Costs nothing. We also have our Boosty platform. Obviously there isn't zero monetization for anything in Russia, and it does cost us money to live, to farm, to raise a family. It's phenomenally how much that costs always on groceries. And it's just a way that you can support us if you choose to. Don't feel like you need to, but Boosty is a platform where we have videos on regularly. All of the videos that you see on YouTube also go there, but they also get Russian subtitles. Not immediately, but it does happen. So if you're having a hard time understanding what I'm saying, what the videos are about, they get proper Russian subtitles on the bottom of the screen on Boosty at some point. And there's various different levels there that you can support us with as well. And we also have, what else? RooTube. We're still working on uploading videos there. It is incredibly slow. And again, we don't get paid anything for it. What else can you find us on VK? We also do sell some stuff. So if you want to become a member there, you can see, I think you can probably see without being a member, probably. But we sell a few things. Wes makes stools, and we have some cups on there as merchandise, some wall decor, and we will have more stuff on there eventually when we find time for it as well. Twitter, we have that as well. So anyway, the links are down in the description below the video. There should be a bunch of different links down there. If you choose to support us in that way, that would be great. We wish you guys a wonderful evening, morning, day, wherever you are in the world when you're watching this. I hope you're having a great time, and we'll catch you guys on another video, hopefully tomorrow. God bless you.
As the leaves change color, I dive into you. When summer's fading, there's nothing to do but bask in the glory of the winter sun. Maybe this is the season